This is an Edna Lewis fundraising event. We are revitalizing and preserving the culture of Southern cookery. And that was one of the things that she was very driven and inspired by. And all of these people came out to support Edna and support the Edna Lewis Foundation.
She's done a lot for the, she did a lot for the community of food and bev community. She was a trendsetter. In her day, she was a trendsetter, so it's more than an honor to honor one of our great ancestors in the culinary world. Oh, yeah.
Everybody should look forward to just hanging out and enjoying some good Southern victuals, inspired by our great Edna Lewis. But now, even in the cookbook world, if you even look at our first book, you know, before we had all those fancy cameras, and you look at how she wrote the book and how descriptive she was with her words, and you can even smell a glass of bourbon on how she was telling you what she was cooking. I mean, it was, I tell all my first cooks, go to Amazon, buy her first book, if you want to know about Southern cooking, and then we'll see if you're serious about working in the kitchen.
Everything we do here at the Gray is touched by Edna Lewis. The more I learn about Southern food, farming, and distribution, it all points back to Edna Lewis. She is the recorder of a history that impacts my life on a daily basis here at the Gray. This history is slowly eroding unless we do something about it.
It is beautiful, delicious food, delicious. Everything I've had is beautiful.
Very good. Glad I came.
Oh, it's fantastic. My favorite is the pork belly.
The food is fantastic as always, so can't miss an Edna Lewis Foundation event at the Gray.
But there hasn't been anything that I haven't loved. It is the best I have ever tasted.
I want to take a moment and show a little appreciation from the foundation to the chefs who took the time out of their busy schedule and came here to our wonderful city of Savannah and shared their wares with us. These are cooks among cooks. So Paul Fernbach, a few years ago, I was in Chicago. We did an event very similar to this at Big Jones Restaurant in Chicago, where Paul is the owner. PJ is, he's excited about food, and he's more passionate about his heritage and the food of South Carolina and the Low Country and that Gullah influence and that Geechee throwdown that he does. So if you tasted that quail, you know what I'm talking about. All right, thank you so much. Again, our host, where'd she go? Come here, baby. Mashama, baby. This is Mr. Dwayne Nutter, Executive Chef and owner of Southern National Restaurant, Mobile, Alabama. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. And so, today, he gets the Edna Lewis medallion. Come on up, Mr. Bernard Camouche. Now, just listen to me for a minute. Bernard started as a dishwasher at Commander's Palace in New Orleans. He was 15 years old and worked for Emerald for 25 years in all his restaurants. And now he has his own restaurant in Orlando called Two Chefs. And if you ever get in Orlando, it's Two Chefs, oyster and seafood bar. And you know, he can throw down too. As we say, this cook can cook. So, yeah, you're great. And over the years, I take the privilege of calling on these young gentlemen to say, I need you coming. He had never failed me. He's been at my cooking school and taught classes. He's been in Atlanta and done wonderful things. So here's a chairman's appreciation, Bernard, for all that you've done, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I thought the Olympics was over.
It's just getting started. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, brother.
And thank you all.